Hey Flosstube, Ashley here, Boogie Stitcher on YouTube, Schleesem_Boogie Stitcher on Instagram, coming to you guys with another bi-weekly update. Lots to talk about today. I decided to work on all of the things, and so I have several different whips to show you guys, several new starts, new plans, and a couple new things that I purchased. So here we go. I'll go ahead and start with, I just recently purchased a new journal. So I had previously made a stitching journal, and it's okay, but it's a little bit harder to work on because it doesn't have like gridding dots to be able to kind of draw whatever you want. It's just like lined paper or blank paper, so I have to get like a ruler and try and do everything that way. So I decided to instead get this notebook from Michael's. I know it's backwards. I just prefer to be able to do the selfie mode during my videos because it's easier to see like what I'm showing you guys. I've tried the whole mirror thing and I prefer this way, so that's what we're doing. Anyway, so it just says notes, but it's just kind of like some hills and mountains and stuff. It's got like a little like rubber band, and it's got a couple of little things. And so I decided this is how I'm going to start keeping track of all of my stitching. So here we go. I basically just gridded out the entire month of September. I have everything that I've worked on so far, any special notes, all the projects that I've worked on so far in the month, and then any special notes like new purchases or restarts, new starts, kind of written in the margin or wherever I see fit. So it's been working out great so far. I've stayed up on it and it's been really nice, and I can just easily see, oh, I started this project on the 18th or, you know, whatever. So anyway, I'll show you a blank page. Anyway, I got these from Michael's, but you can see they're like the little dots. And so I can easily basically grid or graft anything that I want in here. So yeah, I've been liking that so far. So that's like a kind of a quick little thing that I got. Okay, let's go ahead and do new starts. So I did post a tutorial video on how I start my full coverage projects or my HAEDs or any big project like that. I prefer full coverage projects anyway, so 90%, probably like 98% of the stuff that I do is full coverage. So yeah, but I posted a little tutorial, and in that tutorial, I posted a new start. So I'm going to go ahead and properly introduce it here, just in case, you know, you guys didn't watch that video. So I'm going to go ahead and post a picture of it right here. And this project is, I'm nicknaming my Phoenix. This pattern was made by me. Yeah, let's get to it. Here we go. Here's my progress. So I will warn you, the light is pretty harsh as far as like, or intense. I have the light just like right up above my head. So it might show more of the backing fabric than actually you see in person, and especially pulled back. But I promise it doesn't show that much. Like, especially if you pull it back, it doesn't show that much. And again, this is backwards because I changed the orientation of my camera because I prefer that better. So this is started in the top left corner. This is my 18 count that I purchased off of AliExpress in bulk. I've cut it down to several different projects, but I did figure out that this is actually more of a 19 count than an 18 count, which is fine. I'm still using 3/110 stitch, and this is a mixture of DMC floss and CXC floss. I purchased the remaining colors the entire kit minus the new DMC colors off of Amazon to fill in all of the remaining holes of my DMC collection. And then I just recently went out and purchased the rest of the new colors of the DMC. So I have the entire collection, and I personally do not mind mixing the CXC colors, Anchor, DMC, whatever, as long as all the colors for the most part match. I don't mind. I don't mind the texture difference between like fuller coverage versus less coverage, because when you hold it all the way back here, no one's gonna know. And no one's gonna be comparing the two pictures back to back. So this is a mixture between all of my stashed threads, and that's just the way it is. So here we go. I got so much progress done on this Phoenix. I absolutely love it. The pattern that I created is working up super well. So this is definitely going to stay in my active whip stash. So that way we can continue to see everything come to life. So I am just stitching this kind of cross country, like I mentioned in my video, but I'm picking, whatever color shows up first, and I'm then just stitching that until the thread disappears. Unless I've gotten too far down or too far over, then I just park the thread. So my course of direction is kind of going this way down. I'm not going to finish the page, I don't think. I'm going to fill in a bunch of this just because it bugs me to have a bunch of holes. But I'm going down towards the Phoenix's nose, so that way I can basically get to the center of the pattern, do the Phoenix's head and her head and everything. So I'm just kind of working this way. And again, so far I'm absolutely loving this. So here is this. So there's the first new start. The second new start is I also made another pattern. I made a pattern for my daughter. She needs a little bookmark. She's super into reading and she's starting to get into chapter books now. And so I haven't gotten very far in this at all, but I made a quick little pattern and I'll go ahead and insert a picture right here. I have no nickname for this other than the bookmark, so we're just going to keep it at that. And again, I have not gotten very far on this at all, just like 10 stitches maybe. But this is also the 18 count Ada stitched 3/1 10 stitch, and this is the entire pattern, so not very big at all. But I thought it would be a nice project for her to be able to, I can, what am I trying to say? Iron interfacing onto it to finish it off and create a bookmark for her. So there we go. That's that. Next new start. I'm nicknaming my Seahorse, also a pattern made by me. I will go ahead and post a picture right here. And I know I don't need all these new starts, but it's just so much fun to start new things. So it is what it is. And this is kind of for a little bit of my husband. He likes the style of artwork, and then it's also kind of just for the family in general. So yeah, this is, again, haven't made a whole lot of progress. It's only been 2 weeks since my last update. So, how much progress can you get in 2 weeks when I'm working on as many projects as I am? But that's where we got. Again, this is the top, there we go, top left corner of the pattern. I just, I always start in the top left corner, just so everybody knows. Again, 18 count Ada, 3/1 10th, and this one I'm stitching in the diagonal by blocks. So haven't gotten very far, just stitching a bunch of background because, as you saw in the photo, there is a ton of background, like ocean. There's that. So that's the coverage on at least this 19 count Ada as far as the 3/1 10th. Oh, let's see. Can you focus? There we go. There we go. So not too shabby. Okay, I think, yeah, that's it for all the new starts. So next I'm going to show my oldest whip, and that is my Disney Castle. I did put in just a couple hundred stitches on this. Not too much, but a couple hundred. I saw it sitting on my desk, and with as many whips as I have, if I see something, I'm like, oh, I have to work on that, because I do love all of my whips, but I just sometimes don't see them, and so I lose inspiration to work on them unless I'm seeing them. But my castle happened to be sitting on my desk, and I walked by. I was like, I want to stitch on that, so I grabbed it. This is on the, let's see, this is on the 3rd page, so here we go. This is the one that I converted, again, from full cross to 3/1 10 stitch. This is 18 count Ada Zweigart. So I'll show a close up of the tent stitch, the 3/1 tent on this piece of fabric. I really like tent because I feel like I'm just gonna actually get progress done. So anyway, I actually slowly started converting this to do the diagonal by block parking. I really like to be able to have like a bunch of these threads ready to go to stitch, so I don't have to sit there, do a couple stitches, and then look for another thread, then start it only to do a few stitches and then just keep doing that. Instead, if I have a bunch of parked threads, I could just keep working without even having to touch my thread stash. So it works out great for me. But there we go. And I'll show a close up. This is the coverage on the 18 count Ada Zweigart for the 3/1. Fairly good. Let me see if I can get it to, there you go. There's that. 2-ish hundred stitches on that. So next up I have a stamped kit. My Cottage is what I name it. And not too far on this one. I got maybe 200-ish stitches on this. So I previously have worked in the, let's see, bottom right corner of the pattern. So here's the bushes from afar. Sorry for all the threads. And then here is going to be the path for the pattern. But I decided I'm going to move from bushes to skyline and trees. So I basically did this top corner and started working kind of on some of the other colors to get it all done. Yeah, not too shabby. Again, 11 count Ada. This is full cross, and this is 3 threads for 11 count. So there's that one. Next up, I have the Book Girl. This is on 20. Uh-oh, I just dropped a needle. I'm gonna have to go looking for that so I don't step on it later. I don't know why I lost a needle. Anyway, this is 28 count Zweigart, so it's pretty small. But I did get a fair bit of stitching done on this one. I think, well, I guess not. I think it was about 200-ish. Again, that seems to be like if I'm working on something fairly quick to just kind of get 200 stitches in like one setting. So I love the colors on this. Yes, they are that vibrant in person, and it's amazing. So you can see that her face, it's like a shadowed face in the pattern, is starting to show up now. You got more of the castle. I think, yeah, to this point, all of the castle is done. So that's exactly what the tip of the castle is going to look like. So there we go. This one I was stitching diagonal by block. But then I kind of just started working these threads like down. And now I'm slowly filling in the remaining holes because I was missing a lot of colors when I first started this. So I basically am just starting to stitch in the rest of the holes, get those threads started and parked, and then work my way down to the page so I can restart the diagonal now that I have all of the colors of the pattern. But there she be. Next up, I have a stitching shelf. So I absolutely love this pattern, as you all know. I mean, I've started it like 5, I think, times. So, I mean, you definitely have to have dedication to start something restart something so often. But this one is the 22 count Hardanger, worked 2/1, which means 2 threads over just 1 square tent stitch. And I am stitching this diagonal in the block. So, or diagonal by block. Start in the top left corner, even though it looks like the right for you guys, but there we go. Slow going with this just because I'm at the top of the pattern and it takes a while to get all these threads started. Like there's a ton here and I haven't even gotten very far. I'm only on my 3rd diagonal right here. Doop, doop. So it takes a long time to get those stitched up. So there we go. There's close up, far away, just in the confetti of all of those flowers. So I did start it off cross country and then I'm switching to the diagonal by block. So there is some stitches down here, but not very much. There we go. So there she be. And I have 2 more that I've worked on. So I will go ahead and show my last stamped kit. I can't show the present that I'm working on right now because I am officially too far to be able to show the progress that I've gotten done on that. So I guess I can talk about it though. So that one is a total of 40,000 stitches. And so far I have 13,000 left. So I am way ahead of schedule. I plan on having that one done for November 1st or November 9th. Was my goal because I didn't want to be working on it in December. You know, I tend to lose the Christmas spirit if I'm super stressed making a bunch of presents for people. So I wanted to make sure that if I am going to do a present and make a present, I wanted to make sure to have it completed way before Christmas. But that one is way ahead of schedule, and now we're estimating, Mom and I are estimating October 16th-ish. I still think probably November 1st, but I am making good progress on it. So I am over halfway done. I am about 2/3 done with it. So it's looking super good. I can't wait until I can just finish it and show you guys, and then you can see what I've been talking about this whole time. But yeah, I just can't show it anymore. Too risky. So I have about 13,000 left, which is small taters. So anyway, next up is the tree fairy. So here we are with her. I decided I was working in the top left corner, working on the wing. I decided to switch back to her face and the one that she's holding. I let my daughter choose where she wanted, well, I let her choose what I should work on. She picked this, and then I let her choose where I should work on the pattern, and she said, I have to finish the star wand. So that's what I've been doing. So you can see this star wand right here. I only have a couple stitches kind of around it to finish. Gosh, this looks so good in the light. I love it. One thing with stamped kits is when you look at them super close, they look terrible. But when you scoot all the way back, they look beautiful. So that's really, I think it's because it's an 11 count. So it just looks better from further away. Which, I mean, you're not going to be looking at it like this when you're looking at it on the wall. You'll look at it from here. But look how beautiful she is. I love it. So she is holding the wand. I filled in some more of her hand. So you can start to see her hand and her other hand right here. I finished filling in some of her hair and her hair over here. And then, of course, started to fill in some of the rainbow wand because my daughter is a rainbow fan. So there she be. Looking super good. Far away. Close up. There's that. And the last project I worked on was because I was talking to one of my friends, and she saw a pattern, and yeah, she saw a pattern. She asked if that was one of the ones that I was using or had in my stash, and I said yeah. So I decided that I was going to work on it. So here we are. Here is the horse fairy. Ta-da! 18 count Ada Zweigart, stitched 3/1/10. And this one I haven't worked on in a really long time, but I just went through and started filling in all of the empty spots that I had. So again, when I do cross country now, back in the day I didn't, but now when I do cross country, I pick the next available stitch in the top corner and I stitch it all the way through. And I just keep doing that. So that way I can see more progress. So that's what we're doing, is just filling in a bunch of the background, which at this point is just a bunch of trees and her wing, the tip of her wing. So I got about 600 stitches done on her this time. So nice to kind of get an oldie but goodie out to work on. So there she be. From far away. And that is that. So future plans, I still have the present as my main, along with the tree fairy. I now have my phoenix as part of my main, but other than that, I'm just kind of stitching periodically on whatever calls to me. I have so many projects. Again, I can't really plan because planning in me is just not good when it comes to my projects and what I want to stitch on. So today I'm going to be stitching, I think, on my Silk Lion. I know that's a favorite of some people, so I'm going to stitch on that one today. I think maybe this week I might try, or the next couple weeks I might try and stitch on the treasure hunt bookshelf and some more on the stitching bookshelf. So just get some Amy Stewart in there. And yeah, I think that's it. I am expected to get a new project here in the next few days. Oh, excuse me. I also put in an order for a couple of customs. I think 3 different custom patterns. So I'm super excited about those. Those won't be here though until mid-October. So, well, later October. So I'll show them when I get them. But yeah, I'll probably start one of them probably when I get it, because that's what I like to do. But the one that's supposed to be here in the next couple days, I'm not going to be starting, I don't think, yet. I want to make sure that I finish my present first, and if I continue to start all these new things, I'm never going to get it done. So I really want to just knock that one out of the park and then be able to just be done with it. And I have a couple other presents that I'm working on, but oh, so sorry. Anyway, those are my future plans, and yeah, super excited. I hope you all have a fabulous day, a fabulous weekend. Happy stitching. Thank you guys so much for joining, all oldies and newbies. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Bye.